this session, I'm going to show you how to add a custom domain to Microsoft 365. Then I'll show how it is verified with a domain hoster that Microsoft knows about, and I'm going to show you how to verify it with a text record. All right, to start, we're going to start from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And then we're going to navigate down to Show All, and then click Settings. Once there, click Domains. Now, once here, click Add Domain. Enter the custom domain name that you want to set up. Then select Use Domain at the bottom. Now here you want to verify your domain. Now, since my domain is managed by Domain Price Right, my domain validation would be automatic. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that process. As you can see, you can select from many different hosting validators, and mine seems to have already been identified. So here I can go ahead and click Verify. Once I click Verify, go ahead and log in to your domain provider. Click Connect. Now, once you have done that, go ahead and click Continue. Now, here you can identify the services that you want to use and the DNS records that you plan to set up. Yes, I plan to use Exchange Online and Exchange Online Protection. And as you can see down here for advanced options, you can select whether that you're going to use Skype, so it can set up the necessary records for Skype, really the communication, so that you can also use Teams. And you want to also select whether you're going to use Intune and mobile device management for Microsoft 365 with that domain. Now, if you're not going to use Intune or mobile device management with this particular domain, you do not necessarily need to use this. However, I am going to allow it to set up my domain keys. I'm going to put a check mark there and go ahead and select Add Records. Again, click Connect on the hosting provider pop-up that is provided to you. And there you have it. You have a custom domain set up. Go ahead and click Done to complete. Okay, now I'm going to add a custom domain and use a verification method of using DNS to verify the domain. So we're going to start by clicking Add Domain.
Enter the domain name that I want to add.
At the bottom, select Use Domain. At this point, it wants me to verify my domain, so I'm going to change the fact that it knows about my hosting provider, and I'm going to pick Other so that I can choose a different method for validating. Now, as you notice, I selected Other. It gives me two options. I can verify with a text record, or I can verify with an MX record. We're going to verify with the text record. So let me switch over to my hosting provider and DNS manager. I'm going to go ahead and grab this value here, switch over to DNS management, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a record, select text, and at this point I can add the @ symbol for the domain name and enter the value that I copied. Select Save. Now, usually DNS records update takes a while, but considering where I'm at and where I'm located in proximity to the servers that I'm interacting with, it doesn't take very long. So now I'm going to switch back to M365 and see if it's ready and click Verify. As you can see, I believe that it verified it, and now it wants me to connect to the domain. And as you can see down here, I can allow Microsoft to add my DNS records, which is recommended, or I can add my own DNS records. And I can skip this and do this later. So I'm going to let Microsoft take care of that and go ahead and click Continue. And as you can see, it's going to add the DNS records for Skype Online, and the DNS records for Exchange Online and Online Protection, and Intune and mobile device management. I'm also going to ask it to set up my domain keys, identified mail DNS records. I'm going to go ahead and click Add DNS records. I get the prompt from my hosting provider. I click Connect. I'm already authenticated. And as you can see, domain is complete. Now I'll show you how to modify a user account to use the new custom domain. Start out in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, then click Users, then click Active Users. Search for the account that you want to change the default domain for. And then under Manage User and Email, click the link. For the primary email address and username, select the pencil to edit and then change the domain to the domain that you just added, which would, in my case, which would be Intune Experts. Then click Done. Then navigate to the bottom and click Save. And there you have it. Now, in the event that you need to identify an authoritative or an internal relay domain, I will show you the steps to do that. Using these two types of domains, an authoritative and an internal relay domain, that allows you to have a hybrid scenario for your Exchange servers. So that means if you have some mailboxes in an Exchange mailbox on premise, you can use an internal relay domain to redirect mail to mailboxes sitting in the on-premise Exchange server. So let me show you how that is done. You start by going down to all admin centers so that you can access Exchange. Once you click on Exchange, you will navigate down to mail flow and then down to accepted domains. Once here in the accepted domains, click the domain you want to identify as an internal relay domain and then select internal relay. You also have the option to accept mail for all subdomains for this internal relay domain, but this is how you do it. At the bottom, you click Save, and there you have it.